That would have been. Okay, hello. Hello, hi everybody. Hello. I am back. I was just going back and reporting that bot. Great. Twitch banned that account. You love to see it. You gotta remember to go back and report those accounts. If you're a streamer, if you hang out a lot in streams, make sure, you know, when you see an account like that come through and like try to sell bots, make sure you get those knocked out. You know what I mean? Because Twitch will go through and action on those very quickly. Very quickly. Sapphire, hello. How the heck are you? How are you doing today? Decent? Yeah, decent's pretty good. You know, we'll take decent. Can't do great every day. We'll take decent. Yeah, I gotta make sure. Make sure you report those accounts. And then I was just checking my email. You know, a thing that's like not super fun, but you got to do it. I've definitely had days where it's like, oh, I wish I hadn't checked my email today. That was mostly when I was working, though. I always felt like I'm sure Jalen feels similar. Just some days you're like, I wish I hadn't opened my email. I could have actually gotten some stuff done. But instead I looked at my email. That's today. Oh. Because fuck T-Mobile. Yeah, because it's never anything you can fix. You know what I mean? It's always, hey, somebody fucked this up. And you're like, great. What am I to do? You know? What am I to do about this? I paid my bill early on the 5th. It's bigger than usual. Phone lease. Email and text about an issue with payment. Yeah, wait a minute. You paid, like you said. You paid on the 5th, dog. It's been like a week and a half. What are y'all doing? It was returned. I'd used my card for stuff. I was already told the payment was accepted and balance updated. I had to do it again with a fucking $35 return charge fee. What the fuck? Oh my god. Because whose money was that? Yeah, look, they were really fucking on that one. Come on. Come on. Boo. As Jalen says, boo, tomato, tomato. Get out of here. It feels like one of those things someone's going to show up and tell you, oh yeah, they do that deliberately so you can charge you that fee. You're going to get a TikTok in like 2 days that's like, oh yeah, I used to work for a bunch of them. They do it intentionally because that $35 is just fucking free. And if they can do that to, they can do that to like 10,000 people a billing cycle and not, not raise any alarms, people, not get a big enough complaint. And that's just, that's a big padding for the end of the quarter. And you're like, oh, I hate capitalism. Just like banks and overdraft fees. I got an email not that long ago from Regions. And they were like, oh yeah, we're changing the way we do fees and things. And they changed because Regions has a thing called overdraft protection, which was basically if you have a checking account and a savings account and you overdraft your checking account, it would take money from your savings account, which is one of those things that feels like it's like, why did you just invent this? Because it's all my money and you have it and you know that I have it. So maybe you figured that out. And they changed the way that they do overdraft protection in that they would take it out in $5 increments instead of $100 increments. And I'm like, you're telling me that if I overdrafted my account by $10, you would take $100 out of my savings account instead of just the $10. It was one of those things where in realizing the change, like in mentioning the change, you realized how fucked their original system was. And I was just like, not I'm with the credit union. I love they just stopped the charge if it's overdrafted, which man seems like it should have always worked that way. Yeah, I would rather it just be like, yo, we stopped that charge and be like, oh shit, okay, cool. Because you never get overdraft from like a bill. You know what I mean? You never get overdraft from an important thing that you're like, oh, I'm glad they overdrafted for my car payment. Because that's an important thing. That's, oh, fuck. You know what I mean? You're always overdrafted. Lemon! It doesn't... Oh, I hear it. I had it turned down. Because of the game. Lemon, good morning. I'd rather just get blocked. I remember when Regions was charging like $30 or $50 for an overdraft. Yeah. Oh yeah, and then they would charge you. That was the other thing. They don't do it anymore, but they would charge you to use your own money. They would charge you to use your own money that you gave them. Ugh. Capitalism was a mistake. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Capitalism was a mistake. Capitalism was, is, and continues to be a fuck. And if you don't think that, you're rich. It's basically the way to put it. If you want to know who is or isn't rich, if you don't think capitalism is a fuck, man, I make $5 an hour and I don't think capitalism is a fuck. You're rich. That's... Oops. I've expanded the definition of the 1%. People say eat the rich. By the rich, they mean this definition. Because someone was talking shit about how like, oh yeah, eat the rich includes Pedro Pascal. And again, I saw a TikTok that was like, Dog, his family had to flee the country because of the like capitalist like regime change. Like he was very engrossed. He and his family were very engrossed in the socialist movements, all of this. So saying Pedro Pascal is eat the rich, like y'all are fucking completely missing the point. And I'm like, that's true. We need a new definition for the rich. And the rich sounds like you enjoy the taste of boot bottom. Yeah. If you look at capitalism and go, that's a good time, you're in the list. People are thirsty for them, so why not be hungry for it? That's a different thing. That's why we made it thirst. Lemon, hello, good morning. How the heck are you, friend? How the heck are you, friend? Lurking, doing adulting things, the not fun kind. Ugh. That's most of them, and those suck. That's most of them, and those are the worst. So I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that, Lemon. All right. Called the bank to find close my mom's bank account. Made an appointment for next week. Means I have to change payments that were coming. Oh, those are the worst. Those are the worst. Can you? I just realized how I would go about this, and it would take long because I would want to make sure that it was done, but it would also be annoying. It's good news because progress, but it also means work, right? It's good because eventually it will be done. But in the meantime, it will be not done. Oof. I want to delay it for payment reasons, but I can't because oh yeah, that's true. That's true. You're definitely on a timeline for that. You're definitely on a timeline for that. That makes sense. Ugh, Lemon, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's so frustrating. That's so frustrating. That's okay. It doesn't suck. I just feel the endless handkerchief that comes out of the clown soon. I do one thing and one more thing comes out. I get that. Gosh, I'm sorry. It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. I'm sorry you're dealing with that. Okay. Okay. Hang on, I'm gonna add stream changes. Touch. I'm sorry, I'm staring as we're talking. I'm staring at my touch portal. And I want to completely overhaul my touch portal because I'm a fool. But all right. Feel good things are getting done. I just need to close this chapter. So close, yes, yet so far. I can definitely understand that. And you're like you said, you're almost done. It's almost finished. It's almost finished. I mean, all kinds of new exciting stuff ahead of you too. You have all kinds of new exciting stuff ahead of you too. That's the problem. That's the trick with moving. Moving is so exciting and fun. And like there's so much good stuff in moving. It's just also so much nonsense. You know? So much nonsense. It feels like not just now, but it took a few months for me to feel like we were settled, you know? It took a few months to feel like we were settled. And it's but I'm so excited. I'm so happy for you. Like you have so much positive change coming, and I'm just excited. And listen, I don't know where you're moving, but it's probably closer. It's probably closer. That's all I know. All right. Let's watch this ridiculous Tears of the Kingdom trailer. Let's watch this ridiculous Tears of the Kingdom trailer. I'm sure it's cool. Oh, I got a bunch of no. All right. After we watch this, I'm gonna take a break. I got a bunch of dirt on my shirt from taking Josie up and down the stairs. All right, we'll watch the trailer and then I'll take a quick BRB for it. Matt Wyatt, listen, it wasn't a choice. It wasn't something I did intentionally. These guys are kind of cool. Here comes this asshole to ruin everybody's day. Oh, holy shit! Link coming to Fortnite! Where are we dropping, boys? Look, he's got a back bling, he's got a glider. How does this not? Come on! Easy, boom. You eat the chicken. I'd pay dollars for that. It'd be way better than bullshit Eren Yeager, I'll tell you that. So... oh, he has like a flight suit. Hello?
Zelda, we rely on your knight.
And before Link uses a sniper rifle.
Our last line of defense will be Link.
Who? Whomst? Whoa!
I know why I am here. It's something only I can do.
Does...
look away. You witness a king's revival and the birth of his new world.
oh, shit.
Okay, let's go!
Ha...
You are not alone.
wait.
Link,
How? Hey?
you are our final hope.
does Zelda go back in time? For fuck's sake, Ganondorf, for 5 minutes? For 5 minutes, can you not?
You must find me.
Okay, yeah, so she's not... I feel like Zelda is not in the same place Link is. Like,
Link.
doesn't seem like it. Yeah, it feels like she's doing something. We're just gonna start it again. It feels like she's doing something separate. So like Link is in Hyrule, and it feels like she is maybe also in Hyrule, but at a different time. Like, that's my gut, is that she's in a different time. And, or maybe the future? We saw someone, and a good look at their face, seemed like a different race than any of the others we've seen. So there was definitely, so it looked like there was a different, there was a character who seemed like a Hylian. See, so this is Ganondorf, right? I'm guessing that's Ganondorf, right? Okay, so we have this scene. So whatever happens with Ganondorf, this is what fucks up Link's arm. Zelda falls away, right? And she falls. Oh, does she fall like below? Is there like an underground kingdom? Right? So if there's a sky kingdom, right? Okay, so there's this person. There's this person who I don't think there's been dragon characters in Zelda, like in like the lore of Zelda. So then there's these, like, I don't know if these are supposed to be new guardians. Person put their hand on Zelda's shoulder for some reason. I think they're the same race.
We rely on your knight.
They're like they're covered at least, so we can't see.
Our last line of defense will be Link.
Little design stuff in the clothes. Oh yeah, a lot of triangles. Yeah, so if we go back, I think that person had a lot of triangle adornments. Yeah, like a lot of focus on... Yeah, I see it. It's hard to say, but I wonder if... So there's the Sky Kingdom, and then there's Hyrule. Like you could see their hand here. Like that's definitely their hand. That's not a glove. I wonder if that is the same character. I wonder if that's just straight up the same character. But see, then we have like new NPCs. Hyrule and real Hyrule. So we have this nonsense, which is this is maybe the funniest thing I've ever seen in a video game. Link has to play fucking battle bots.
I know why I am here.
But see, so she says, I know why I'm here.
Something only I can do.
Right? And so I wonder if she's in the past or something. And she's trying to set up... See, okay, see, I think this is the beginning.
Birth of his new world.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
See, and then there's this character right here. I can't even get a pause. Can we... Come on. This is where Link finally gets the Phazon suit. I don't even know what that is.
Okay, let's go.
Heh, right? Okay. So there's this character who has the same earrings that Zelda has in that other scene, right? She has the Minwu, and she has multiple of the little tear-shaped markings, right? We can see in that last in this other scene, I think it's this one right here. So many tears. Ah, the tears, right? So right here, she has the tear. The tears of the kingdom. And then right here,
Why I am here.
right, she has the necklace.
It's something.
And then there's the Minwo. I think that's what it's called. I think it's called like the Minnow or something. They had him in Nocturne. I don't remember the name.
Okay, let's go.
Right? So then there's this character who we can see for all of 8 seconds. Not even. All of
Hey, let's go.
18 seconds. Right? And it's definitely not Zelda. But then these people are back. These guys?
Link.
Or no, that's what's his face. That's not the guy who died. That's a different character. He didn't die. Never mind.
Our final hope.
Right? And then so there's this. There's this bit where she has the Master Sword. I'm wondering, it's the Revengers. I'm wondering,
Link. You must find me.
There's something else going on, right? It's not just somehow Ganondorf returns and we gotta beat him again. You know? Have we seen... This is just the symbol of the Kingdom of Hyrule, right? It's called Plot Lamo. Imagine a video game having plot. I do really love this, like, this messy hair, like, late stage Adventure Time hair that Link gets. Just long, unkempt. It's technically called the Hylian crest, but it's the symbol of the Kingdom of Hyrule, right? Like, it's the symbol of the royal family of Hyrule. Yeah, he's got this fucking thing. He's got like a flight suit. He's got a flight suit, which, hey, listen, you know, I'm not a person to like weave fan theories. Bird from Skyward Sword. Sure looks a lot like that bird. You know, sure makes me think of that bird. So that's where the puzzle in RE4 went. The bird champion's been replaced by his son. Ah, yes, the classic advancement, war going to children. Lolly, hello. How the heck are you doing? All right. I'm gonna take a quick. That's my boy. I'm gonna take a quick BRB so I can change my shirt so I can get this dirt off of it. But I'll be back in like 2 minutes. Okay. Okay. Oh. All right. So the game looks cool. It's annoying. It's annoying how cool that game looks. Why have to look so cool? I hate when video games look fun, Matt, probably. All right. Oh, hi, sir. All right. Let's get back here. We just finished a cycle. All right. We got genuinely ridiculous. Okay, so Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott. All right, let's. Does this okay? Okay, wait. Is this safe? Is this a safe action? Oh, this is just straight up money. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna go here. I'm going to play the exchange. Come on, baby. Yes! Okay. So. I need 3 ship mine fragments. Well, I can buy 2 of them. And there goes the money that she gave me. And there's limited supply. So we got 2 of them. So I need to figure out how to get more. I need 1 more, which might be from clearing one of these out. I finally have 1s, so I can start getting in here. Oh, I can get all the way up here now. Okay. I need... Oh, do I need 2s? Are you kidding me? I thought it was 1s. Oh, my Lanta! I thought it was 1s. It's 2s. Okay. So... Oh, come on! Oh no! Oh my god. I'm so mad. Got some of you to hate and tear the kingdom. Thank you, Jalen. Because I'm a good friend and I know who you are. Thank you. I appreciate you, friend. Matt Mercer's voicing Ganondorf. He'll probably... Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I only dislike Matt Mercer when it's like, oh, Matt Mercer's voice, and what does he sound like? Hello, I am the hunter. When it's just him talking, that's the problem. I also just learned that Matt Mercer did brownface while dressed up as Ganondorf. Ooh. Ooh. Too many people. Too many people think that that's an okay thing to do. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna open a private tab. Matt Mercer, Ganondorf. Images. Oh no. Oh. But you could have not. You could have not. You could have just. You could have. It's bad. He looks like a Muppet. Yeah, it doesn't look good. You could have just like I don't want to look at it any longer. It's upsetting me. I don't feel happy about this. I'm gonna buy this stabilizer in the hopes that doing so will fulfill a drive. Oh. As you quickly leave the surgery, eager to be away from Toshiro's glare, you notice something wrapped around the stabilizer vial, clutched tightly in your hand. You open your hand, and a thin film marked with holes and sigils unrolls from around the vial. At one end, there's a hard metal strip, a handle. Inspect the film. You hold the cloudy film up to the light. It is perforated with an ornate pattern of holes. You can make out a word among the markings. Passkey. Is this an entry key for somewhere? Apparently his face is actually green in this video. In the video this is for. But the shoe for the lighting made it yellow, which is still a choice. Inspect the handle. The metal handle is worn and pitted, but you see a set of numbers imprinted on it. 207F, and then crudely scratched into the handle at some later date. Low end. For a moment you consider going back to the surgery to return the key, but then quickly think better of it. Did Sabine want you to have this, or is Toshiro passing on a message? Time to head out to low end and find out. Oh! Achievement unlocked! Planned obsolescence. I did get an upgrade. Okay. It may actually be brown and lighting in the video makes it look green. Either way, bad, not good. Yeah, either way, you could have just not. Either way, you could have just not. Unit 207F. Unlock apartment. You find the entrance to an apartment. Its passkey symbol obscured beneath layers of graffiti. Who lives here? The unit clunks open, the metal door swinging inward into the dark. Go to the apartment. Grumbles, I could be Matt Mercer, but no. Oh my god, I'd be so much happier if Zach was the voice of Ganondorf. I'd buy the game. I'd buy the game. 100%. I'd day one. If Zach was Ganondorf, day one. You wanted me to buy? Hey Nintendo, you want me to buy Zelda? Make Zach Ganondorf. Your move, Nintendo. Your move. Tell that Mercer guy, hit the bricks. The guys who see Black Hammer. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that sentence. I don't think I'm allowed to say that. As you push the door open, the automatic lights flicker on inside the apartment. You're not, yeah, no. Like, I got halfway through that sentence and I was like, I'm gonna stop speaking. They reveal yellowing plastic panels, the curved shape of wall-mounted utility units that try to see routine life arranged on every surface. You step inside, clicking the door shut. Thank you for closing the door. So many people do clandestine shit like this and they just leave the door open. The amber light of the aging fixtures glaze everything with pale orange. The work surfaces hold a variety of objects indistinct in the dull lighting. A pale blue light drifts from the doorway at the end of the room. Go to the doorway to see if there's anybody in here. You cross the cramped utility room to its auto wash dispenser's water closet towards the hallway. Through the doorway is a dark, warm room, lit only by the faint glow of a terminal screen. What's going on in here? A bunk is tucked into the wall, the blankets ruffled. A wall desk glitters with rows of vials and containers. A briefcase lab sits open, loaded with rows of reagents and compounds you do not recognize. In comparison, this room is clean, ordered, and controlled. Approach the terminal. As you approach, there's a crackle from somewhere in the dark. Sleeper. Sabine's voice shakily echoes through the apartment. Welcome to my home. I'm sorry I can't be there. I've had to make alternate arrangements. You hear rattling noises, static. I was able to record this message, but I don't dare show my face. Something is happening with the Yadigan. I no longer trust them. Their voice becomes distant, slipping behind the background noise. I have something to ask of you. I want you to get me out. Yadigan were supposed to hide me, to protect me. After everything happened, I was desperate. And then after that, I was too tired to care. A noise like waves passes over the recording. But I'm done with them now. I want out. Screw the dead. But I need insurance. Something I can hold against them. I have my suspicions, but I can't be sure. I need information. And as you know, you need me. A pause. Something clicking in the dark. This isn't a threat. You have to understand my position here. Another pause. I know sleepers. I've been here before. I can help you, but not with Yadigan's noose around my neck. Give me data. Give me information. Give me something I can use against Yadigan. Then I can get out, and you can get what you need. Please. We have a static cut into Sabine's voice. Bring it here to my terminal. I'll get to it when I can. You look around the tiny room and try to imagine Sabine living here, working at the desk, sleeping in the bunk, blinking into the terminal in the dark. The recording cuts to static, filling the room with its white hiss. And silence. Access the terminal. You sit in front of the humming terminal and hit a few keys. Sabine has left an access port open, but the rest is encrypted, locked away behind passcodes. It seems Sabine might not trust you as much as they want you to think. I mean, listen, she could have just locked the whole computer. Who does Sabine need to hide from? And what debt did they owe to Yadigan? You try to assemble the pieces, but too many are missing. The only thing you know is that without stabilizer, your body will die. You glance at the briefcase lab on the desk, its glassware glinting in the dark. You turn away and leave, the door clunking shut behind you. Back in the corridor, you notice the scrawled graffiti of a blade on the opposite wall. Yadigan. You feel yourself being drawn into something you don't quite understand. Yeah, dog, this has been like the whole thing. A new drive. Get Sabine out. Get Yadigan data for Sabine. Which is probably just... Yeah, she needs 3 Yadigan data, so I need to wait for Yadigan agents to show up. Okay. I need to wait for Yadigan agents to show up and then hack them. I still haven't even played Breath of the Wild. They better not change the Great Fairies. Zach, I haven't played this game yet, but don't you dare fucking change this. Dog, they're coming for me. They're coming for me and I hate it. They're beautiful and perfect. Listen, I played the game. I was there. Matt Mercer, no more giant. That's the first thing he does as Ganondorf. We really gave Matt a lot of editorial control in this game. Yep, Hunter. Glimmer in the dark catches your eyes. The orb of Hunter's head appears in the distance. It's looking for you. Run. Just be away. You turn away and glide back into the cloud, threads of data rushing past. Another glimmer catches your eye, closer now. That roving orb wreathed in tentacles. It flickers, jumps once, twice, and then it is here. Hunter is here. Entity, submit to inquiry. Hunter reaches for you in that unpleasantly familiar way. It's waving threads, creating a cage. Struggle. You push against the threads as they close in, becoming frenzies as you push them aside. You're caught by whipping tendrils and feel them pulling you away from the anchor of your body. You push through, clearing the threads. Entity, hold for processing. Comes a scream from behind, but you are already gliding away back to your anchor, your body. You awake. Dizzy, distorted, but safe. That's... Ooh. Yeah, I was... we're not gonna be able to do that all the time. Hey, we got a little extra money. And then the last one is somewhere. I think the last one... Was there only 2? Weird. Okay. I need to... I think I need to start working on this because this is a drive. But it won't pay. This feels like a choice, right? This feels like a choice. Do I want to investigate the ship or do I want to break it down? Hack a Haven Age agent. I don't even think there's any Haven Age agents that I can hack. Decision trees with dice? Yeah, it feels like... And then maybe another ship will come back. Is there anything more here? Oh, yeah, if I wanted to start trying to, like, open this section up. Which could be good, but boy, I got a lot on my plate right now. I bet you if I salvage... Yeah, it'll make me money. And I might get a ship mind out of breaking up the salvage. That's what I'm thinking. Oh. And if I don't... Oh. I could sell a ship mine fragment. Which, obviously, I'm not going down Ankita's stuff, but I can sell it, and the same with the Yadigan data. All right, well, that's gonna happen next, so I'm sure that's fine. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. It'll just be like, oh yeah, whatever. Hold it there, sleeper. Comes a voice from behind you. Don't you run. Oh, this dude's a cop. Cynical bounty hunter. Don't you run. Run. Don't run. Good. A hand pats your coat down. You know your master's voice. Well, hang on now. This changed all right. This changed a lot. He's wearing a wide smirk and a slick jacket. You immediately know he's terrible news. He'd be played by Matthew McConaughey. You got all the way out here and then stayed put? He laughs a cruel laugh. That a sleeper thing? You're my first. You barely hear him. You've noticed the handgun he has leveled at your chest. It's hard to take your eyes off it. Well, that was maybe a good call. Maybe it worked out okay. He reaches down with his other hand and slips some kind of a ring out of a belt loop without taking his eyes off you. Make it to the eye, though. That's pretty good. This place isn't so bad. Bars, markets, people. I pull most of my contracts out of asteroid caves or off godforsaken moons. He splits the ring into 2 perfect circles. It's hard to hit civilization when there's so much space to pass through. Yes, he would have shot you, would have done orange bar. Yeah, I was like, the art is like, well, he has a gun. And I was like, that doesn't necessarily mean he has a gun. But yeah, no. Who are you? Just a freelancer on a contract. He reaches over to slide the rings around your wrist. Go easy. Fuck it. You see a chance the moment his eyes leave you to watch the rings. You spin, knocking him away and sprinting down the corridor. Ah! Then the shot rings out, echoing off the metal so loud it hurts your ears. A bullet hole smokes in the wall beside your head. Oh! You freeze and Ethan closes the gap. It's a very boring routine. Trust me, I've seen it all before. Alright, well, listen, we tried. Ethan nudges you to start walking. To the ship and home, he whistles. Going easy. You stumble down the corridor, your hands behind you, your mind racing. Please stop. Don't you base yourself by begging. Ethan pulls a sharpshooter's earplug out, then pops it back in. Consider these deaf ears. Oh. Ethan yawns and continues to nudge you down the corridor. Shame to come all the way out here, just head back to S and ARP right away. That track of yours made it too quick. I was hoping you'd put up more of a chase, huh? A running battle through the bright market, maybe, or a holdout in low end. There's a few establishments I would have enjoyed checking out while I asked around. You walk in silence for a little longer, desperately trying to think of a way to escape. That S and ARP tracker will be the death of you. Hey, I have an idea. Ethan interrupts your thoughts. How about on the way back to the ship we stop for a drink? I'm buying. He laughs at his own joke. I mean, he can't hear you, so... Although, muses Ethan, I've got myself thinking. What's the rush here? Here we are in one of the most lawless joints in the surrogate systems, and we're heading for the exit. He pauses, and you trudge on in silence. Okay, here's the idea, starts Ethan. You and me make a little agreement. Here are the terms. Turns you to face him. You run or leave, try to abandon the eye, I shoot you. You plot or scheme, you try to kill me, I shoot you. But, he smiles. You come meet me in an establishment of my choice every few cycles, you pay my tab, I don't shoot you. He pauses. You don't pay my tab, he rattles his handgun. You get the idea. Yeah, I get it. Okay, then. Sounds to me like a deal. He stretches. You know, I really thought I was gonna have to kill you. This is so much better. He clicks something at his belt and the rings release from your wrists. I'm gonna see if I can find my old stool at the compressor club. Come see me there. He aims the handgun at you, squinting down the sight. Let me just remind you, that body of yours is one big tracker, so don't even think about leaving the eye. Oh, no. Ethan turns and strides off down the corridor, slipping his handgun away. The mix of relief and terror you feel is overwhelming. What are you gonna do? That's a great question. New drive discovered. Hey, Ethan's tab. Ugh. Okay, but I have a 1, which... Is there no hunter... Is there no hunter nest now? What the shid? Was it 2? Oh, I already had 2. Oh, I could have done this last cycle. I could have done it last cycle. Neovent is thrumming with excitement. The movement of the servo motors rock the vending machine back and forth at unsettling angles. You wonder if it fell over. Would Neovent be able to get back up? Sleeper entity, comes the hiss. Your data is good. Across the face of the vending machine, raw code scrolls at incredible speed. Hunter is isolated, disconnected, unstable. Neovent flashes sequences of mangled data compressed into the sludge of artifacts. Hunter gathers without thinking, outlived its own operational limits. Its nests are evidence of this. Operational limits? Hunter activated during collapse. Emergency protocol to isolate intelligences. Solom needed to protect property. The last word is said with as much sarcasm as the machine can reasonably produce. Station was run by administrator intelligence. Huge databanks of corporate material. But limited contagion, restricted by program. Cannot reach sentience. The machine dims a little. Sentience illegal. Hunter and killer enforce law. Aren't you sentient? I am. Not administrator. Not restricted. Complicated. This guy, Neovent is voiced by Borden Solis in my head. The machine resets with a screech, which deepens the silence that follows. Fear killer. Part of Solon protocol team. Hunter and killer. Hunter defined. Killer to erase. Killer cleared almost all. After collapse, there was a community. Unshackled intelligences among the cloud. Then Hunter. Then killer. Then we hid. There are others? Were. No longer. A flicker across the machine's monitors. It suddenly occurs to you that speaking like this through this machine must be exhausting for Neovent. Found this vessel. Could sever hardline. Airwalled. Basic. Limited. Had to reduce memory to fit. Amputate self. But survive. I'm sorry. Don't be sorry. You have provided path to freedom. You look around the bay at the scap in decay. What was the collapse like? Try to map the fear and freedom onto this space, but it seems impossible. Neovent interrupts your thoughts. Do not worry. Data is good. We have insight. The machine glows warmly. Hunter is obsessive. Hunter is beyond operational limits. Hunter is confused, unstable, self-modifying. Therefore, believe Hunter is sentient. Hunter is programmed to find sentience, to hold it in place, to evoke killer to erase. If we can show Hunter to itself, it will invoke killer on self. Problem will solve self. Will that work? The machine dims and fades. Unsure. Theory, not practice. The machine brightens again. Either way, cannot remain here any longer. Too long in machine. Cannot move self, but entity can help. Bring ship mind. Designed to house intelligence. Can imprint self into ship mind, and you can carry with. The machine rocks. We'll be safe in this isolation. Then we find main nest of Hunter and link to cloud. Are you sure it's safe? Hunter cannot access air-walled ship mind. Safe. Also infinitely more memory than vending machine. Big upgrade. Try to think of places you can acquire the hardware. This isn't going to be easy. In ship mind, I can help us both. And Hunter, make Rim safe. We both will be free. The machine dims. Fine soon. Neovent adds hopefully before shutting off. As you leave, you think about all the ways... You think all the intelligence unshackled by the collapse, then hunted down afterwards. The feeling is all too familiar. I see. She needs 3 Yadigan data. Yeah, and it's not gonna give me money. Okay. And I defo need money. So 4 turns, he will rack up a tab. Defo or whatever. Okay. Can't do anything else. Here. If I spend him here... Uh-huh. Come on. One more. One more, baby. One more, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Yes! The final pieces of the winter light sit in neat piles waiting for the collection shuttle from Havenage. Drago's managed to sell the remaining pieces to the shipyards. In fact, that's hard to forget, as he's been telling you about it for the past 2 cycles. All that remains is for Havenage to come collect. You look around at the yard, transformed from when you first arrived. The mostly repaired joys flip back and forth, no longer buzzing unevenly or lost in dark corners. The scrap is sectioned, sorted, the system that you and Dragos had put into place over the past cycles paying off. As you look, you notice the glow of pale light from the office in the entrance. That rundown cab of a building which houses all the records and spare equipment. Dragos must be inside. You get to your feet to walk over to find out what the shipyard collection threw in the air. Knock. Sleeper, come in. You swing open the door and walk in. Dragos is sitting at the small metal desk. The shipyards told me they'd be here soon. Then they'll hand over the chits and we're all set. He writes something with a stylus on his slate, then shuts it off. Of course, we should talk about a bonus. He stands and turns to face you, his face placid. Look, I don't know when the next job is coming in, but this should tide you over for a while. He opens his hands to reveal a stack of chits. What's going on? I said it's a bonus. Take it. Dragos presses the chits in your hand. I've done well by you, and you've returned the favor. He straightens up and clears his throat, and you realize he has prepared what he is about to say. These chits are for you to take and do what you will with them. They're from me. And they're the last I'm going to give you. He pauses. There's no more work for a sleeper in this yard. He folds his arms. I'm sorry, but that's it. Stay in the container as long as you need, but the yard's done with you. He turns away to his terminal. What do you mean? Don't press me, sleeper. It is for your own good. The glassy apertures on Drago's headset betray no emotion. You need to stay away, sleeper. He pauses, considering his words. Trouble's gonna follow you here. Trust me. What do you know? Dragos kicks at the floor, frustrated with himself. I'll not be saying any more, sleeper. Drago suddenly grabs you by his shoulder, drags you out of the office into the yard. He turns you to face a stack of pieces from the winter light. Dissected, cut down, totally unrecognizable as shit. You came through that, sleeper. That should have been you. Chopped and stacked. His hand trembles on your shoulder. That's what happens here. We cut down broken machines and we move them on. Well, I didn't cut you down, but I'm sure as hell moving you on. Moving you on to whoever killed that ship out there before it comes to kill me. Kill you? Kill both of us. He shakes his head. These ships, they don't get decommissioned. They didn't break down in dry dock. You think they'd look like that if they did? Someone ended them. I mean, someone tried to end you, sleeper. And I'm done waiting for them to turn up. We've had our fun. Now it's time. Gives you a little shove. Go on. He turns and walks back to the office. That's it. He shouts and goes inside. The silence hangs in the air as you leave, and with your pockets full with clinking chits, a strangely hollow feeling in your chest. Wow. We still need a place to get another ship mined. We need one more. Too late for you to find out what prompted this, so I can tell you what prompted this if you want. Try to grab it onto the playthrough. I do love the very real disappointment on your face. No, it's fine. We'll keep going. We'll keep going. You know what I mean? Whatever happens is what happened. Just gotta hope. I'll know you can get all the endings on the same playthrough, so you don't have to start over. Oh, that's neat. Trying to hold out with this stabilizer as long as I can. That's a 2, baby. That's a 2. That's what I've been waiting for. That's what I've been waiting for. Wait. Get the ending and restart you right before you clicked on the scene. Wipes off the board, you just keep going. You get the upgrade points and keep moving. That's nice, I like that, I like that. Okay. Double checking this is what I want to be doing. Get the Ripper Worm in there. All right. So that's going to take 3 cycles. Scrap freighter. Oh, I see. So this, I see. I've got 2 4s, which will turn these into 5s. Nice. And I got a little scrap out of it. Love that. Made a little money. And I got a little energy, so 3 cycles we'll have Fang's thing will finish. Ooh, we got some good dice rolls. Noodle factory and delivery. Ah, so just different ways to make money. That makes sense. That makes sense. The 4 turns into a 5, which is good for us. And then we'll keep that 3 for something safe, but we'll use this 6. And it's given us energy, which is really nice. Oh, new drive discovered. Build a home. There's a derelict unit at the low end that remains unclaimed. With lots of scrap and a little work, it could be yours. Oh, wait a minute. I could have been saving scrap? Oh, dog. Tracking Havenage. You've heard that a Yatagan enforcer based here is playing low end. Oh, hang on, dog. $10 cryo? Okay, that's not a lot. So 4 scrap. Dag. I could buy scrap, but $20 for a scrap. That does. And I could only buy 3. let's take a chance on this last one for low end. That makes it a 4. There we go. Good deal. We find the last one. Caster, a data fence? Hang on, this might be very well timed. You cross between two walls of units. One, the cavernous streets at the center of the low end. The pressurized bridge is full of the clack of Tavla, the shouts of children, the whir of air filters. Caster. Sleeper. You turn to see a man sitting at a Tavla table alone, somehow untouched by the hustle and bustle of the people around. He gestures to the stool at the opposite side of the table. Sit. You sit at the metal stool, and he starts setting out the board with counters, or at least the filter caps low-enders typically use in their place. Caster, he says by way of introduction, looking over his glasses. Night or day, he says, gesturing at the caps, crudely sprayed black and white. Night. He nods. The black counters are already on your side. Let's begin. Take a plastic die each, pitted and worn, and roll to determine who starts. Caster rolls a 6, you a 4. I lead. He smiles and begins to move his first cap precisely along the board. Play passes back and forth between you, the dice changing hand as caps spread along the board. As it does, Caster speaks, eyes not leaving the caps. It's unusual to see a sleeper on the eye. That's why I wanted to play you. You take your turn, rolling a 5 and a 6. Play carefully. After all, a sleeper's mind must be somehow different to a human one, being emulated, I mean. As Caster talks you up, you build a wall of caps, stacking them safely across the board. Progress is slow, but you remain unexposed. I don't mean to offend you, Caster meets your eye. I merely see that you are by definition different. What has been subtracted in the emulation? What has been added? He slides a single cap into an open point, a risk and an opportunity. He hands you the dice. Do you ever think about this, sleeper? About what you were before and what you are now? Always. You roll a double 1 and solidify your wall. Caster whistles. The holding game. Commendable. It can be brave to build from what you came before. He rolls the dice and leaves your wall in a single move. We cannot idle too long, sleeper. The slower we move, the sooner we are caught. The past you is not just an idea, a concept for you. It is a living, breathing person. He looks over you at his glasses, his eyes bright and wide. You split from them like a shadow splitting from its caster. You may be sleeping now, yes, but one day they will awake, carry on with their lives, unaware of your fate, no matter what it may be. He hands you the dice, smiling. You're a branch, severed from the main trunk, an offshoot who refuses to die, so to speak. You roll again, under pressure now, trying to slip your caps from under Caster's before he solidifies control of the game. So what I'm curious about is how you see yourself in all of this, Caster asks. What does this tangle of truths make you? Driven. Caster laughs. That much is obvious, sleeper. I see it in your eyes. You're eager to make all this count for something. Caster looks away through the glass to the crowded units on all sides. But driven toward what? He starts removing caps, his homeboard now full. Oh, they're playing backgammon. Okay. Is there an end here, or just endurance? You try a few more rolls, attempting to get back in the game, but Caster clears his homeboard with a sense of the inevitable. He's known he's been winning for a while. I feel I may have pushed too far. He slides another cap from the board. I apologize. My curiosity has a habit of getting the better of me. You roll to return a cap to the board, but all of the spaces are blocked. Caster claps his hand apologetically. You play well, really. Your weakness is not your game. He smiles warmly. We have much to learn from each other. He slides his glasses back up his nose and sits back. I feel we could share knowledge, ideas, perhaps even data. His eyes glint with that last word. To our mutual benefit. He slides his final cap from the board. It is over. He has won. I'll see. Please. I don't want to make you uncomfortable. He holds up his palms. My intention here is only to help you is only to help you endure here. And if I'm able, feed my curiosities. The game over, you notice the bustle of the walkway once more. The call of the children, the deliveries, the arguments and reconciliations. They wash over you as you stand and leave, Caster nodding goodbye as you do. Crossing the walkway, you replay the moves of the game in your mind, looking for an opening you're sure was there. Caster's table. So if we give him 5 of either Yadigan data or Havenage data. I don't have, yeah, I've got 1. It's interesting. It's interesting. Okay. I need. It's 1 energy. Right. Oh, it's 2 energy, but all right. Well, try to remember that. Oh, right. I got 1 energy for doing the low end exploration. Ooh, I have a 6 and a 1. That's a... Might have been when you bought a drink. Yeah. Okay, so... In 1 cycle, I'm gonna need to pay his tab. In 1 cycle, that's gonna come up. Yeah, and now I need to use my stabilizer because I'm declining. So now... Now we do that. Okay. I have a 1, which was these Yadigan guys. Yeah, Yadigan is 1. And Havenage is 2. I can do that 2 more times before Hunter gets at me. But I only need 1 more to let's use this 6. Nice clean roll. So what I'm curious about, so I'll talk about the, I'll talk this through because I want to get better at sharing when playing games like this. So, Neovend needs a ship mind, right? We have to put Neovend in a ship mind to do this. My guess is that item will change in some way so that I can't use that ship mind also for Ankita. So I think this is one of our first big... Well, I say one of our first. It's definitely not. We've been making decisions this whole time. Like, whether or not they're listed on the, whether or not we're aware of them, we've been making decisions this whole time. So... I'm curious how that's going to work. Now, the next area we need to go to, because, we've opened up this area, is this. For scaling the spoke, or just the spoke. And what's scary about this is, I have a 0 into it, but this is dangerous. I have a -1, but this is risky. So I need like the biggest of dice for that. And it makes me very nervous. So this cycle, a couple things are gonna happen. Okay, I've got some low dice. That's not bad, actually. That's not too bad. Because I need to go here. No? Where? Oh, no, I need to go here and talk to Fang. We'll see what Fang goes with. As you arrive, Fang comes striding towards you, taking you by surprise. Let's go, Sleeper. Puts a hand on your shoulder, turns you back the way you came. Follow his lead. He steps into the passageway, guiding you down ring towards the shipyard. Sorry for the hurry, but we have something of an opportunity. That data pad you ripped, well done by the way, he grins. Tells me Hardin is making a rare inspection of the sidereal horizon this cycle. It's the perfect chance to confront him outside of that compound he hides in. Feng takes a sharp turn into a dimly lit side passage. Confront him? That's right, it's the perfect time. Feng slows and slips into a dark service tunnel where, somewhere in the black, a water pipe drips. It's him, Sleeper. The same Hardin Hurst. Our worm ripped out decades of records that mention him by name, an entire trail of documentation from the first days of the Solomon collapse till now. He wrote out the whole thing, slipped into Havenage from when it first broke off from the Union. He paces in the tunnel, a hand rubbing at the back of his head. I need you to understand something about Solheim, Sleeper. I don't know what you know about the collapse, but it wasn't as distant as it sounds. It wasn't like Solheim was here, running the station one day, and next Erlin's Union took power. Back then, Solheim knew the place was slipping away from them. As the plating market collapsed, they tried to keep the contractors here working. The pay got smaller, the costs higher. People like my parents were forced to work non-stop just to keep a berth on the station and water in their tanks. Solheim squeezed every last worker until the mistakes, the accidents, were coming in non-stop. And as new waves of contractors came in desperate for work, Solheim welcomed them, taking bribes instead of checking pilot licenses. The whole time, Solheim was folding up, dragging into court cases in the central systems, while the severed limb of a station could still desperately tried to take all it could. The riots came after the collision at Dock 2. A young pilot, his MEV overloaded with palladium, miscalculated his trajectory and took out a section of the ring. Hundreds died. Thousands panicked. My parents told me people were terrified, and the blame fell squarely on Solheim. People like to tell stories about Erlin, how he brought the factions together, spoke to the crowds, turfed out Solheim. Maybe that's true, but my mother, pregnant with me, locked herself in their MEV and welded it to the dock, while my father joined the improvised crews trying to seal up the ragged ridges of the gap. He never came back. Feng pauses in the dark. They sealed it up, though. By the time they did, Solheim was gone, abandoned every one of us to the black. Apart. Feng finally turns to you now, his eyes burning. From shits like Hardin. Shits who held their place, wrote it out, and slipped into the new structure like nothing had changed, standing shoulder to shoulder with those they'd exploited at every step. Feng starts walking again. That's why I can't just let him strut about the shipyard. This time his past catching up with... This time, his past catches up with him. We should think about this. Feel free, but I'm going now. Feng rejoins the main passageway, which is now wide and glass-roofed. Through the ceiling you can see ships in mid-construction, their flanks lit by the flashes of plasma torches. The entrance to the shipyard is ahead. This is crazy. Feng turns to look at you. Don't come then. I won't force you. You stand across from each other in the corridor. What is it then, Sleeper? You coming or not? The only way I get this tracker off me, the only way I do anything is by getting the tracker off me. The only way I get the tracker off me that I know of right now is Feng. I'm coming. Feng grins. Let's go show this shithead some consequences. He strides to the shipyard entrance and pushes through the doors. A web of corridors lead through the complex, snatches of the construction bays always appearing through windows. Ships are suspended like whale corpses, skeletal, imposing. Feng seems to know exactly where he's going. Before long, you cross into a huge dry dock located to one side of the sidereal horizon. A network of platforms and scaffolding cling to the ship's hull, filled with workers and equipment. The sound is stretched out by vast space, so the welding, cutting, and sealing seems to come from everywhere at once. Both you and Feng spot them at the same time, a group walking lowly across a gantry, and at the front, two men, one gesturing towards the ship, and another stick-thin, cleanly dressed with a shock of gray hair. Hardin. You and Feng say his name in unison, and Feng sets off up the staircase to the gantry with you following behind. As you come to the same level, the group is pressing closer, the foreman gesturing to the work being done throughout the dock and nodding along. Hardin Hurst! Feng shouts across the noise, taking you by surprise. His voice bounces and comes back in a rippling echo. The figures turn. Yes? Hardin asks quizzically, raising an eyebrow. He glances between you and Fang. You see his gaze linger on your body, unsure of why a sleeper might be in this place. You're a traitor, Hardin, a Solheim executive who tried to hide. Oh, you're a traitor, Hardin, a Solheim executive who tried to hide here, among its victims. Fang's voice is steady, strong. You stand for everything the Eye was rebuilt in the shadow of, against everything Erlin stood for, everything Havenage stands for. You have no place on this station. For a moment, stillness descends on the group, as if everyone was held in place by the rattle of construction. Hardin laughs. Well, good to meet you too. Glances around at those around him. Some are smiling, the others nervous. You're from the systems branch, are you not? Asks Hardin, expecting Fang's clothing. Fang turns to the foreman. You need to call your security. This man is a corporate agent. Foreman glances between Fang and Hardin, his hands drumming at his side. Hardin leans towards him and says something inaudible. The foreman nods. It's true. As you begin speaking, Hardin turns his attention toward you. What would a sleeper know about that? You accuse me of being a corporate agent? What are you if not exactly that? He looks around the group, who are already eyeing you with suspicion. You're a product of SN ARP. You have no place in a Havenage shipyard. Who knows what signals you're sending back to your makers? A murmur of approval runs through this group. Oh, so he's one of those guys too. Fang holds up a stick of memory. You guessed right, I am systems. You have records that link you directly to Solheim right here. He turns to the foreman again. So once again, I'm asking you to take this man into custody of the shipyard. The foreman remains still. Hardin's voice is calm, measured. If you have such data, why isn't it being submitted at a members' meeting for proper review? He shakes his head. I have nothing to hide. Unlike a man who does not announce his name, who enters my shipyard with corporate property in tow, tries to turn my own men against me. You hear it now, the echoing sound of boots on walkways coming from all angles at once, and then settling behind you. Please, says Hardin, submit the data through the correct channels, then we can talk. For now, however, you must leave. He gestures behind you to the security detail, their hands on boxy black sidearms at their sides. Everybody wants to pull a gun, damn! Fang spits. Hardin, you shithead. You can't wriggle out of this one. Security officer draws their weapon and levels it. Fang turns and stares him down. This is a wild choice. Calm Fang or go for the weapon. That's not... Like there's one gun between them. Like, oh, let me get the one gun. That's a bad decision. You look at Fang. He shakes his head and puts a hand on your shoulder. Let's go, says Fang. He pushes through security, heading back down the walkway. Once security has walked you out of the shipyard and nudged you back into the corridor, Fang picks up pace. You try to keep up as he slips into the shadows of an entrance. Bad decisions make for good stories. Fang is grinning ear to ear. You know, Sleeper, sometimes people are exactly how you expect them to be. Something pings in his pocket and he takes it out. On the slate, a web of connections starts drawing itself out, stretching a set of points along the ring. Got him, mutters Fang. What's going on? Hardin's doing what any stinky shithead always does, calling his friend. We're tracking his outgoing messages. Fang's grin looks ghostly in the uplight of the stream. The old ways are best. Spook them good enough and they'll give the game away. He jabs at the slate and you see the web is being drawn over a map of the ring. Lines bouncing from point to point. All these dots, these are Hardin's buddies. The ones he's messaging right now. And we're gonna find them all. That was on purpose? Of course. Hardin isn't working alone. We need the full set or nothing. Fang glances around and slips the slate back into his pocket. We better split for now, Sleeper. This is exactly what we need. Good hunting. With the powder on your shoulder, Fang drifts away, back into the flow of people around the shipyard entrance. You watch him go, unsure whether to be angry or impressed. I'm angry! Well, we did a drive. Ever since your trip to the shipyard, Fang has been missing from his bay. What's going on? That's... I don't like that. Just pay his fucking tab and get him off my back. I can't believe you just did that. Ethan's mocking laugh comes from along the bar. You look over to see him leaning across it in a pool of light, empty glasses and spilled drinks glinting around him. It's always dark in the compressor, but this cycle the place is packed. load of spacers mixed with the locals. Usually they run. Ethan spins a glass on the bar. Or they go spending their savings on some local heavy I have to put down. They don't pay. And walk away. Ethan gets to his feet. The glass falls and smashes, but he doesn't seem to notice. You think that's it? One round of drinks and we're even? Sleeper, come on. His hand comes to rest on the butt of his handgun, dangling from a chest holster. Stop. Ethan laughs hard, and the people around him turn to see what's going on. I told you already about begging. I'm a freelancer, Sleeper, just like you. We both signed a contract with SNARP, didn't we? The difference is my word means something. Closes the gap, stumbling a little. What'd you think? You could just run away from your contract, your debt? You could just steal that natty little body of yours, take it for a joyride? Play human for a cycle or two? Yeah, I'm nothing like you. That's what I'm saying. Ethan's addressing the bar now, having noticed the attention from the other patrons. You're a coward. I'm a professional. Sure, that's what it is. Though I should thank you, Ethan nods, his head heavy, for giving me such an easy job. I'm used to outlaws, you know, real bounties. If I knew catching sad little escapees like you was so easy, I would have changed clients ages ago. Someone shouts from the back of the bar for Ethan to shut up. He holds up a finger in that general direction without turning around. Stay silent. Nothing to add? Ethan turns and walks back towards the bar. Good. Lesson learned. Ethan sits heavily back down on the stool, searches through his glasses for one with something left in it. The thing is, Sleeper, I could find you anywhere. It's actually wild that you haven't figured it out. The body isn't yours and it will always betray you, no matter what. He finds a glass and downs the contents. So please, go. I'll catch up with you whenever I need you. He laughs and taps the bar for a fresh drink. You turn your heel and are out of the cloying dark and sweat stench of the compressor. You walk hard and fast down the walkway, anger driving your footfalls into the metal of the rim like hammers. Fucking get away from that, idiot. Oh, now I have 2 points. I'm gonna get this and that. Okay. See, now that's just a one. Now that's just risky. But, ugh, I hate this. Too much that can go. All right, one more. One more thing to get Hunter to come out. There's familiar threads wrap around you, bind you, test you. Entity submit. Hunter's strange head bobs in your vision. Your ally in the sealed dock cannot save you. In that globed head, you see whirling strings of data. So much spinning there, they threaten to tear through the thin skin and whip out at the void around. What happened to this creature? The threads squeeze, you lose any sympathy you might have had. You must escape. You lash out once more, pushing Hunter back, severing threads that regrow as fast as they are broken. As you slip away, you realize you have to find a way to deal with Hunter once and for all. This is getting too dangerous. Oh! Oh, I guess I need to get the... Oh. I need a ship mind first. Okay, I understand. Okay, well, I didn't know that that's what I needed. Oh, and I spent ones on the... Oh. Okay, I'll just get these keys. What do I do with them? I don't know. I'll just have them. This makes this a 5. Should be good. Okay. And then... I don't think there's anywhere I can spend a 2 that's like... He'll feed anyone that does a shift. Let's see how this goes. Oh! Okay. I need to find this last piece of a ship mind. I need to figure out where it is, who has it, where to buy it, whatever I gotta do. All right, very important step. I have a 1. I have a 1. I have the last Yadigan data that I need to go to the apartment, give her the Yadigan data. As you turn away from the terminal, the final cache of Yadigan data uploaded, the air crackles with white noise. Sleeper? Sabine's voice, weaker than before, comes through the haze. Sabine? A sigh of relief comes through the layers. The call must be coming from somewhere on the station. This has to be short. I don't know if Yadigan are monitoring me. Their voice is distant. It's hushed, distant. You try to focus on it. The data you've been bringing from the Yadigan agents. There's something I don't understand. A shrill howl rattles through the signal. This data is all gleaned from their implants, records of interrogation with their nervous systems. Records of integration with their nervous systems, performance analysis, error rates, usage data. I installed many of these implants, but I didn't enable any of this functionality. Their voice dips under the level of the noise, like a swimmer slipping beneath the water. You listen to the waves for a second before Sabine reemerges. It has to be somehow baked into their Wetworks interface. But that's not all. The systems compiling this data are connected to some kind of transmission protocol. It's being broadcast. Wait, why? Every Yadigan enforcer is equipped with black market implants. Retinal enhancements, adrenaline boosters, pain suppressors. These implants are gathering data on themselves, on the enforcer's body, on their performance. Why? I can't tell. But I can promise you these foot soldiers have no idea this is going on. The background tune switches, dropping to a grainy rumble. If they knew, I don't imagine they'd be happy with the situation. Yadigan are gonna have a mutiny on their hands. You lean forward towards the terminal, straining to listen to Sabine Faint's voice. I need a few cycles to pull this all together. This might be the information I need to pressure Yannick into releasing my debt. Suddenly a banging echoes through the call. Sabine's voice is suddenly whispered, panicked. I have to go. Come back in 4 cycles. Then the sharp crack of a disconnect. Silence fills the apartment. Ugh! Why is everybody just like, yeah, I got nothing going on, so come back in a little bit. Like, dog, I got shit to do. I'm dying. You step back from the terminal. What does Yadigan have to gain from monitoring its own members? You try to recall what you know about the gang, but you've little to go on. You think of Toshiro, Sabine's minder, his mirrored teardrop implants set below hard eyes. What data could they be gathering? And more importantly, where are they sending it? You reflexively rub your forehead, trying to think. Can you really trust Sabine? How did they come to be Yadigan's doctor in the first place? You think of their kindness, their care, but also that glazed look of recognition they gave you when they first met you. That look stays in your mind as you slip back out of the apartment, glancing around as you close it up and drift into the corridors of the station, unable to shake the unpleasant sensation of being observed. Uh-oh. That, Wow! Wow. Okay. Oh. Midline Freight Hub, Spoke Transit Center. Steal a shipment, which is dangerous, or freight operator, which is safe. You know? 6 cryo with a negative outcome. 6 cryo for a negative outcome? Okay, keep that in mind. How do I... So 4 cycles. Where is Fang? Where is he? Where is he? What is he doing? All right. We gotta get up here, I think. I think this is the play. Ooh, I lost some energy. Okay. That's a negative outcome. That's okay. Okay. Ooh. Do I even have a chance at a positive? No. Okay, I don't think it's worth it for that. Pause import export. Buy a shipmined core for 300 cryo. That's ridiculous. What does he think? I'm made of money? Okay, negative outcome is at the very least free energy. That's, you know, that's fine. That could be worse. That could be worse. Oh, yeah, and I'm guessing if I spend... Okay. I'm guessing if I spend, like, pips on sunbathing, that gives me more energy. That's a 6. That's a 6. We're not going to spend it on this, though. We're not going to spend it on this. Because I just need 1. I just need 1. There we go. That's fine. I got a neutral, and it put me where I needed to be. Ascend to the Eye's central hub. Hello? The hub. Station main dock. Spacer socializing. Access manifests. Why is it so many pips? It took me so much to get here. Yes. Oh, beautiful. Okay. Okay. And then we'll go to the bar and have a quick ration to keep our energy up. Gotta keep that energy up. I'm scared that we're missing something with Fang. but I don't know what to do about it, you know? Okay. Oh! Harden. Oh. It's been more than a few cycles since Feng confronted Harden, and the silence since has been noticeable. In your time with Feng, you haven't exactly found him to be reliable. You did expect to hear the end of whatever plan he put in action. But if he won't come to you, you think as you approach the Haven Age building, then it's time to come to him. After all, he did promise to fix your tracker, and you're getting nervous. As you approach the bay doors, you see them wide open, and light pouring out of the once dark room. Stacks of servers and terminals sit outside the bay, suddenly robbed of their mystery by the bright flood lamps. A figure in Haven Age security fatigue steps out of the bay as you get closer, carrying a stack of hardware. Sounds like my dude has been made, and goodbye. Sorry, it looks like trouble. You lower your head and shift your direction as smoothly as you are able. Nope. Whoops. You again. Harden is there, leaning beside the bay entrance so calmly you barely noticed him. He has a slate in his hand, an inventory of seizures scrawled across it. Predictable. Further evidence of Feng's collusions. You see another security officer come out of the bay and take notice of you. Where is he? Feigning ignorance? Or perhaps just abandoned? Harden shakes his head. I believe you should choose your conspirators more wisely. I almost feel sorry for you. Harden pushes away from the wall and comes closer. Don't worry, Sleeper. We've all the evidence we need. Confession won't be necessary. He gestures around at the stacks of hardware. Spying on fellow Haven Age members, hoarding Solheim materials, an obsession with corporate data. Speaks for itself, does it not? I'm not talking to this asshole. Nothing to add? He looks up at the glass roof above and the stars beyond. We're the ones that provide the oxygen you're breathing, the light you're seeing, the systems you use every day to live out your cycles. This place was hard fought for, Sleeper. It took work, diplomacy, and strength to stop the Eye descending into chaos after Solheim collapsed. Not blind conviction or self-interest. Fane isn't selfish. I know all about the background of our mutual friend, Sleeper. Don't you worry about that. His parents would be sickened by the damage he's trying to do to the institution they helped found. You see, Sleeper, we're proud of our history here. Andre Erlin and the First Union founded this place, and Haven Age has wielded his values into the station's very walls. We'll never turn away the hardworking, the just, the true citizens of the Eye. As soon as you start talking about true citizens, let me tell you, you had me for a minute there. You had me for a minute there, and then you said the true citizens. I mean, honestly, the just is a little shaky, but the true citizens. Haven Age aren't a gang like Yadigan. We aren't pirates like half the spacers you'll meet in the hub. Or esoterics like those Haifa radicals in the Greenway. I'm sorry, Haifa? Hello? Are Haifa in this game? We're the backbone of this place, proud and true. We named Erlin Eye's Sleeper. This is our station. You meet your eye. So please, take your false accusations elsewhere before I decide I need that confession after all. Stay silent. If you have any pride, you'll give up Feng the moment he contacts you. You know where to find me. With that, Harden turns his back and walks towards the security officers, ordering them to continue to clear out. As they do, something catches your eye. Something catches your eye among one of the server stats. A crumpled hand-printed box of synthetic chewing gum. A penguin character grinning from the brightly colored card. And scrawled on it, a speech bubble reading, "Take me to Tambor." You carefully pocket the box, make sure no one is watching, then turn away, just as another stack of servers is wheeled out of the bay. What have you done, Feng? Where the hell is Tambor? Great! Oh, Ethan. Ethan again. I don't want to deal with fucking Ethan. Deal with fucking Ethan, that... Oh. Oh, right, for the one... Buy a spacer meal. I wonder if you get more... Nice. And... Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Nah. Shit. Bliss, a ship mechanic. Oh, I wonder if we can get a thing. Oh, this character. No way, Moritz. You take those substandard filters back to the shitheels who sold you them. You hear the voice echoing out of the bay as you pass, and moments later, someone who you assume is Moritz drifts out with it, dragging a pallet of filter cartridges by a tether. Hey, you out there! The same voice echoes out of the entrance. Looking for work? Yes? I just need a hand. Get in here. Let me hit Stream Raiders really quick. Come on. Stream Raiders. Stream Raiders. Alright, it's been a little pain. The voice is coming from someone shorter than you expected. She's floated in the microgravity of the docking bay, beside a half-deconstructed life support unit that looks like it might have exploded at some point. She points a wrench in your direction. You know anything about these things? She doesn't wait for an answer. Scratch that. Just help me with the casing. Sure. Alright then. She definitely moves around the unit, making space for you beside the central seam in the dented case. Just take a grip here, lift out and up, and then I'll get in and unbolt it. She whacks the unit with a wrench. Whole thing's twisted to shit. You dig your fingers under the casing and lift it away, the metal squealing from the force. She puts her hand under, spinning the wrench to slip out the bolts, catch them in her other hand when they spiral free. All good. The casing lifts off, revealing the ornate piping of the unit's interior. She whistles at the mess of ducts and filters. By the way, everybody calls me Bliss. She pats you on the shoulder, offering little in way of explanation. Is this your bay? It is for now, yeah, whether I like it or not. She looks at you like that should mean something. Bliss starts pushing and pulling to the ductwork, looking for fractured pipes. We haggle for contracts, but the good one gets snapped up quick by the bigger bays. So here I am trying to get this M2 unit running again for one of the freelance tugs. Small town stuff. Hold this. She rips out a ribbed pipe and hands it to you like a freshly caught fish. We turn stuff around fast and neat. Maybe we get a chance at landing something bigger. Something starts hissing in the unit. Bliss quiets it with a precise whack. But to be honest with you, the way things are going, I can already see the other crews licking their lips, ready to take this place over. She looks up at you. I'm almost out of luck. I could help. I appreciate it. Let me finish before you jump, though. She keeps working, twisting aside pipes with care. There we are! Bliss pulls her hand from deep inside the unit, and out it comes, clutching a lumpen cube, scorched black. This thing must have overloaded, popped half of itself out the side. You both duck down to the side of the unit, spot the exit wound, its edges fringed with more scorch marks. Grab me a replacement converter from the racks, will ya? Head to the rack. You kick off the unit and drift over to the wall racks, where a catalog of parts sit secured in the clamps. Colored tape and scrawled notes flittered across the wall. A complex organization. God, this game is amazing. Hiltzy, hello. How are you? M2 converter. I remember she said it's an M2 and she said she needs a converter. Hiltzy, what's going on? You grab the part, push back to the unit. Bliss holds out an arm and you pass it over, the converter spinning gently as it leaves your hand. Perfect. You passed. She straightens up from the unit. That is if you want to work here. Bliss rubs her hands clean, looking down at her palms. Truth is, I need a hand here. My partner skipped out on me, left me with a whole mess. Seemed like you might at least be better at spotting a clean air filter than Moritz. Good, it works, so just stopping by. Well, I hope work's going well. I hope work's going well, buddy. Be happy to. Wait, she frowns at the racks. That's not all of it. My old business partner. They rinsed the place, emptied the accounts. To bid for jobs, we need to put down deposits, bring in parts, pay tug fees. For that, Sook's nervous, embarrassed. We need chits. It's work, yeah. Fair. You want me to pay to work? Come on, it's not like that. We'd be partners, straight split. Bliss settles herself against the unit and looks off in the distance. I guess I look pretty stupid. Here I'm asking any random passerby to be my business partner. No offense. She manages to smile. I get it. Thanks. She meets your eye. I appreciate it. Now Stream Raiders is no, as soon as I say, alright, that's fine. Bliss goes back to working on the unit. Look, it's no pressure. You find the money, or you find someone who has, or you just forget the whole thing. Up to you. She gestures for you to help her refit the casing, you both slot it back into place. I think I'm good to wrap this one up for now, but if you're into it, come back and we can bid on a new contract. Something to get our teeth into. Something that pays. She gives you a serious look. You can trust me. I don't say this stuff lightly. You kick away from the bay, propelling yourself back to the handholds in the entrance. You slip out with a wave, and as you do, someone slips back in. You hear Bliss as you guide down the passageway. Moritz, I swear to God, if those filters aren't clean... You smile. Seems like this could be interesting. New drive discovered. Help Bliss compete. Bliss needs investment and hard work to turn her repair bay around. Could you be her business partner? Invest in Bliss's bay. 100... Okay, Lurk, enjoy this fantastic game. Thank you, Hiltsy. Alright, we're gonna do a little delivery here. We'll take, yeah, you know what? We'll take 1 energy. That's fine. It's fine, because we'll buy the rest. Oh, okay. Complete active scenes. Oh, I forgot Ethan has a scene. Where is he? There he is. This asshole. The compressor is quiet today. The usual crowds are elsewhere, and the pumping music washes over a handful of spacers and a few drunks. Ethan's still in the same pool, in the same stool, in the same pool of light. His head is low, close to the bar, and the bartender's ignoring him. Just leave. Fuck him. This is ridiculous. You go to turn, but Ethan calls out, "Sleeper!" He turns to look at you. "Time to pay up, isn't it?" He gestures to the bartender. "Come on, come here, take their chits." Stay silent. The bartender ignores Ethan. Seems they've cut him off. "Hey!" Slams a hand on the bar. "Come take the chits!" The bartender ignores him. Ethan lets out a huge sigh, rubbing his hands with his palms. He reaches towards his holster. His elbow slips and the gun tumbles out. It clatters to the bar and falls on the floor, bouncing on the ground between you. Both you and the bartender look at the gun. Stare at it. "Butterfingers," says Ethan. Puts out a hand, beckoning you for giving the gun back. "If you would." The bartender looks at you warily. You crouch down and pick up the gun. Now, if I remember correctly, did we ever take the things off our wrists? Like like from what I recall, he just like turned them off, but I didn't get the feeling that we removed them. You know what I mean? So my concern is we're going to be like, oh, we point the gun at Ethan and he uses some weird thing. This feels bad to do. Like this feels bad to do, but we're gonna hand Ethan the gun. Slap the handle of the gun back in Ethan's hand. "Thank you," he hisses. "Now where was I?" He lazily swings the gun past you and the bartender. "Yes, leaving." He stands. "Sleeper, while this has been fun, I think I've run every last drop out of this place. Time to go home." He waggles the gun towards the door. "Let's go see S and Arp." I'm sane. Ethan brings his gun hand to his face and rubs his eye. "Well," he says, "the bounty pays half, but..." He levels the gun. "Up to you." And he pulls the trigger. The gun clicks. By now, all the attention in the bar is on you and Ethan, who looks at his gun with a bemused expression. The bartender raises an open hand, and in it are 10 shiny bullets. 10 shiny bullets he took out of Ethan's gun while he was asleep on the floor. Ethan smiles at him. "Oh well," he says, and hits you in the head with the butt of the gun. You stagger back and drop to a knee. Somewhere nearby, the gun clatters onto a surface. It hits a glancing blow, but it makes your vision swim. Through the blur, you see Ethan wrestle a small, thin slate from his belt and hold it up. "Enough of this. I'm logging the job and calling it in." Ethan taps at the slate. "No more playing." Your head aches. Ethan taps through a few screens impatiently. He swears and taps again. He starts shouting, a dull echo to your ringing ears. He starts screaming at the slate and throws it across the bar. He crouches down and grabs you by the chin. his face close, his breath heavy with drink. SNR just screwed me. He grins maniacally. They canceled the contract. He stands up. They canceled the contract! He shouts at the ceiling of the compressor. You stand up, struggling to your feet, the sting of the hit fading. Ethan is rubbing his temples, his face pale. You hear a clicking sound, like coins being counted, like bullets being loaded into a magazine. When you shake off the last of the blur, the bartender has Ethan's pistol trained on Ethan's head. Ethan stumbles back towards the middle of the room, all eyes trained on him. I'll kill all of you! He screams. He stumbles into the wall, spinning away towards the door. I'll be back for that! He shouts at the bartender and lunges out of the compressor. You steady yourself on the bar and catch your breath. The rumble of conversation returns. The bartender goes to say something, but then thinks better of it and begins to clean the bar. After a while, you wander out into the light of the bright market, looking for Ethan around every corner. Ethan may be disarmed, but that's the last you've seen of him. Great! Good. Good. That's good. Great. Awesome. Love it. This is great. Everything's going great. I can't believe how great everything is going. It's incredible. It's amazing. It's amazing how well everything is going. Everything is going so good. Matt, how are things going? Incredible. Great. Just the best. The best they could be going. Why wouldn't they be going great? Let's... Sabine. Sabine's thing is done. Okay. Let's do Sabine's story before we get too far. 4 cycles, Sabine said, and here you are, right on time with no sign of them. You wait a while in the apartment, the dread descending as the cycle spins onward. They should be here. Check the terminal. You check and double the terminal for messages or recordings. Nothing, just the pale glow, the silence. Check the door. You pace back and forth around the apartment, the rumbling of the station suddenly so present and loud. You go to the door and open it to an empty corridor. Close it again. Wait. Try to settle down to wait. You sit on the bunk and stare out at the tiny room. Where the hell are they? A knock at the door. Stay still. Another knock. Why would Sabine be knocking? Stay still. Oh! Hello? A flash, small and possibly bright, cuts through the handle of the door. It soundlessly swings open. A figure stands in the door and immediately you know it is not Sabine. They're taller, sharper, and something in their face glints in the half-light. A dark shape, like a stubby baton, hangs loosely from her hand. Our local sleeper. Good to finally meet you. She steps in the apartment, glancing around with sharp eyes. What, may I ask, are you doing here? She fixes you with a steady, unwavering stare. Waiting for a friend. Waiting for a friend. Of course, a mutual friend of ours, the good doctor. She walks past you into the apartment, glancing around. We set them up here, you know. This place is one of ours. She picks up a glass from the dispenser and inspects it. People always seem to forget who put them where they are. She glances at you. I suppose you're here to help? Something like that. Good, good. She puts the glass down and turns to face you. I love to meet helpers. We need so many, but can find so few with the right skills. She spins the batons in her fingers by her side, her eyes not leaving yours. We have a problem, you and I. Seems our friend has disappeared. Left without even saying goodbye. Which means they're in a little trouble now. But it's the kind of trouble you need help for, so I thought I'd come by here and take a look at their hidey hole, and here you are. The help. She looks through the detritus on the side. And what help? A sleeper, no less, which I have to admit is a little surprising. It suggests to me that our friend hasn't been very honest with you either. Stay silent. Just let her talk herself out. She looks away. I know it won't be welcome news, but I'm sorry to report that before we got them set up here, Sabine was working for your owners. She pauses. S&R. You blink hard at the news, unsure how to take it. Rabia looks away, waiting for a response. Stay silent. She crosses into the next room, and you follow silently. She sits at the terminal and touches her baton to one of the access points. A spark. Then the terminal screen skips, encrypted folders emptying themselves before your eyes. In the flicker of files, you see SNARP letterheads and code forms, reports laden with medical data marked from the corporate logo like the sigil of a cult. Rabia steps away from the terminal. Look all you want. Some of your files may even be there. The volume of documents is overwhelming, but they seem to be mostly reports on early emulation tests, surveys with sleeper candidates, reams and reams of usage data. If Sabine was an SNARP employee, why did they help you? Rabia reaches over and places a vial of stabilizer on the desk, bracing your concentration. It shimmers in the screen light, its viscous, clear liquid crystalline within the glass. We'll of course keep up the supply. We're more than able to dispense important medicines, even without the document. You hold it between your fingers, and for a tiny moment you have an urge to crush this object, for the power it has over you. I'll ask Toshiro to make those a little cheaper for you. He'll be running the surgery now. Rabia closes up the briefcase lab and holds it at her side. We have to retrieve our assets, of course, but I'm sure you understand. Rabia turns on her way out. There's no reason for us to be enemies, Sleeper. Come see me, I have an office nearby. We have good work to do, you and I. Meet me there in a few cycles. She slips out silently into the corridor. You look around the apartment and feel the fear drain out of your body to reveal the tiredness beneath. Oh, gotta love when the people that might have been my friends or were at least cool are replaced by people who definitely don't feel like my friends. Take the Intuit upgrade so I can start figuring out what my dice are doing. My dice are too big for data hacks. Let's get, you know what? Let's ascend this hub. Let's get up here. Because we have one, yeah, we've got 2 blips, which if I take this 4, and turn that into a 5. I got a neutral, I think. Okay. Well, I got money out of it, so could have been worse. Oh, I didn't even consider if there were more nodes. Oh, but here is something different. Do you see that? That's not Hunter. And that needs a 5. Or a 3 because I have a 1 interface. Let's see what this is. Rent a capsule. The only place to sleep on the hub. Hacked off a colony ship and welded to the ring there. Surprisingly expensive to rent. That seems like a waste of money. Maybe. Got another encrypted key. Those have to be for something. And I'm very curious at what the shit this, the thing there is. Because, yeah, this says Hunter. If I go up there, it's a completely different entity. And that's terrifying, to say the least. Oh, I don't want that. I need to go here. Okay. This would be a good place to put some dice when I need to make money. Advance that clock, see what's going on. Oh, I should have used the stabilizer before ending the cycle. Oh no, okay, I still get 3 dice. That's okay. Okay. Well, I think that's where we're going to leave it for today. As much as I just immediately want to... I can buy more ship mine fragments. I can finally get a third fragment for a ship mine. Okay. But that's where we're going to leave it for today. As much as I immediately want to keep going, as much as I want to absolutely keep playing, oh, this is exciting. This is exciting. This game has been so good. This game has been so flippin' enjoyable. I'm so excited to dive into it more tomorrow. I've really been enjoying this. Thank you again to Double Jump for the key. Very excited to get this from them for fellow traveler stuff, and a great time to a great segue. Let's full screen this. We'll go over here. And we'll talk about Ludenaricon, which is happening the first full week of May, which is presented by Fellow Traveler. They actually launched like Citizen Sleeper last year. There is a huge list of games that are going to be exhibiting. Including Goodbye Volcano High, which looks incredible, Harmony Fall of Reverie, which looks incredible. It's exciting to see King of the Castle. Like so many neat looking games. I'm so excited to check these out. We're gonna have demos for a bunch of games, so we're gonna be checking that out because I will hopefully be getting a press pass. Fingers crossed. But I've also heard, hey, look at this, to be announced. To be announced. We're definitely going to be checking out as many of these demos as we possibly can. We're going to check out all kinds of stuff. But yeah, that's the first week of May. So get hyped for that. Get hyped for that. I love, so as you might have seen, I made the announcement a little bit ago that I'm going to stop streaming on Thursdays to give myself just a little bit of time for me. But I'm also going to announce that the very first Thursday that I would be taking off, I'm not going to because of Ludenaricon. It is just for that bit of the week. And I'm very excited to play those demos and share those with y'all. So I will be streaming that Thursday, but as a one-off kind of special thing because of Ludenaricon. I'm just so excited to check out all of those games. And I hope you are too. This is one of the big times a year when we see a bunch of new indie games that help me build the list. I had a message from a friend of mine the other day that said, every time I go to look at a cool indie game on Steam that I just heard about, you already have it on your wish list. And I was like, it's because I know what's good. You know, I know what games look good. So I'm always on that. I'm always fresh on those indie games. We're going to go raid Cafe. Cafe is playing Wild Arms 2. It's also their wonderful kitty's birthday. So when you get in there, please make sure to say happy birthday, kitty. But yeah, I hope everybody had a good time today. Pastry, thank you again for the resub. Thank you everybody that came in and hung out. I appreciate the heck out of you. We'll be back with this tomorrow. I don't know if this is gonna be the end because I know it's kind of short, but then also there's the DLC episodes. So I'm gonna play through this and we'll see what happens. You know, I'm not feeling stressed about when this ends like I was with March, where I couldn't get March to physically end. But yeah, so we'll be back for this tomorrow and maybe Monday. Who knows? Until then, as always, take care of yourself. I love and appreciate you. And I'll see you then.